The bottom line is, if these guys can make any candidate, these cyber guys who are looking at this, if they could make any candidate win or lose, then so can the bad guys. It's just that simple. And that's what got us so alarmed and made us decide we really had to keep looking at this. So as we began to look at it, we saw more and more stuff, and there was a very troubling question involved. And that was, we began to see that the intruder tracking software, which is by default turned on, had been turned off. We saw
wait, intruder tracking software, so the ability to monitor somebody that's breaking in.
Yes, had been turned off.
It's like they turned off the alarm system before a robbery.
Before unlocking the door.
Yeah.
And that was really concerning to us.
That's criminally negligent.
Should be.
Yeah.
No one had to provide a password. No one had to let you in. You could coordinate with any email or port that you wanted to and manipulate the vote. There was no accounting. So the question we came up with was, well, why is this so easy? To do that, what we did is we took and downloaded everything that was wide open in an Oracle database at a county level. And on the screen you'll see here, Oracle database shows missing security. And I'm sorry about the little yellow thing up in the top right corner. That actually covers the home address of the Oracle executive we went to see in Washington, D.C.
We'll blur it out, don't worry.
Yeah, this is a screenshot of the actual document. You'll see there's even an outline of my wine glass there on the right side. But this was pages and pages and pages of the database. Every single field in the database we downloaded. So we went to see this guy, and he knew what we were kind of doing and suggested we meet at his house, and he'd pour us a glass of wine and take a look at whatever it is we wanted to talk about. So he did, and it's pretty good red wine, by the way. And I slid this stack across the table to him. And he looked at it, and he started to thumb through it, and he goes, well, my God, you've downloaded the entire database. You've got access to absolutely everything.
Without hacking.
Without hacking. Then he turned it over to this front page again. Now I direct you to this front page. I asked him, I said, how do you know that the intruder tracking software is on or off? How do you know if the security software is on or off? He says, well, this is all turned off. And then he thought and he goes, this is all turned off. The default position's on. This is
somebody purposefully did this.
And I said, yeah, I think so. I said, how did you know? He said, look at that very first paragraph on the first page. If anything had been turned on, you would have seen it listed after that. If it's not listed, it's not on. So you should see a whole list of things right after that first paragraph that are the security and intruder tracking pieces that are turned on. I went, okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of. So normally what people expect, just as you voiced, is they expect to vote, and they expect their vote to go to someone who counts it, and they count it correctly.
And they want it anonymous.
Yeah. And what I'm telling you today, and what we're going to demonstrate, is that unseen and undetected, because all the security and the intruder tracking is turned off, people can go in, intercept this, they can direct the data to a remote location and change it, and then re-inject it back in.